In this video, I'm going to go over positional basics of the sitting pose, which is part of series 1 of the Deep Core Reconnect method. Following these videos, I'm going to go over how to reconnect with each component of your deep core, your diaphragm, your pelvic floor muscles, and your TA, so that you are intentional of how you are actively stabilizing your spine. Ultimately, we want this to become natural, but we have to be intentional to build a foundation first, and then practice, not just in connecting, but adding exercises to this, and then eventually these postural muscles really respond a lot better. After you watch this video, I recommend watching the diaphragmatic breathing video, followed by either the pelvic floor muscles reconnect or the TA reconnect in the sitting pose. Sitting is an easier position. That's why it's included in series 1, and it's very similar to the hands and knees position and squatting because of how our hips and how our feet are positioned. It is different than the hands and knees position because we're not supporting ourselves through our arms, but it's challenging in its own way, in a different way, based on the orientation of our spine. It's easier than the standing squatting pose because in squatting, we're supporting our body weight. And here, the chair or whatever we're sitting on is supporting our body weight. So everyone's going to be a little bit different in what they resonate with, but this will lead to better positioning or better understanding of the squatting position as well as the hands and knees position in some way. All right, so what you want to do is find yourself sitting on a surface where your hips are at 90 degrees, somewhat so that your thighs are parallel to the floor. I might be able to get a little bit higher, but this will do. My feet are flat on the floor and hips are a shoulder width apart. Shins are vertical to the ground. And then my spinal posture is such that my ear, my shoulder, and my hip joint, which is right here, is in alignment. I'm in slightly more than 90 degrees, but this is all I had to work with today. To get your spine in neutral, you're going to grow from the crown of your head and your eye gaze is going to be straightforward. We're going to open up our chest so that we're not rounded forward, everyone's a little bit different on what they need to do with their shoulder blades, but just open up your chest, keep it lifted, but don't arch or flare your ribs. Maybe draw your shoulder blades in and down just slightly so that your shoulder blades are away from your ears. From here, that's pretty much it. The rest will come in the rest of the videos, but just as you're in this position, I want you to just pay attention to how you're getting here or what you're feeling into your body. Like right now, for whatever reason, my hip flexors are gripping and I don't need them to grip. So I'm going to soften those and make sure as I soften that I stay in the same position. I want my feet to be connected with the floor, and so I'm spreading my toes, and I want my force through my feet, if there is any force, to be balanced between big toe, pinky toe, ball of foot, and heel. Or big toe, ball of the foot, and the heel. Play around with that. This is a great position to work on different movements, whether it's be rows, presses, curls, tricep extensions, any sort of shoulder blade movement pattern. And then as we get more advanced with the legs, single leg hip flexion to train the hip flexors. Maybe calf, maybe feet exercises. But it's definitely a great position to work on core stability while supporting the pelvic region, especially while you're healing or if you're having a more challenging pregnancy or any other thing going on in your body. So if you have any questions about this, just the general positioning, let me know by commenting below. You can scale by putting a surface behind you, but it would be a separate video that we would go over. All the things would be the same, except you would have some props between you and whatever surface so that you're supporting the curves of your spine. The next video, I'm going to cover diaphragmatic breathing in this pose, so I will see you on that video.